Are you tired of being the one who always texts first? The one who feels like you're trying way harder, constantly chasing? If that sounds familiar, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful mindset shift, one that's rooted in Stoic philosophy, that can totally transform your entire approach to dating and attraction. Okay, let's just start with a hard truth that gets right to the point. You've probably been told your whole life that to get the girl, you have to pursue her, you have to be relentless. But what if that's the very thing that's been sabotaging you? Let's break down why.
So first up, we're going to unpack what we're calling the chasing trap. See, before we can build a new way of thinking about attraction, we have to really understand why the old one, the one that tells us to constantly chase, is actually so wrong.
At the very heart of this chasing trap is one single thing: neediness. Now hold on, this isn't just about blowing up her phone 100 times a day. Neediness is way more subtle than that. It's the hidden message behind your actions. It's that feeling that you need her approval to feel good about yourself. And that feeling, my friend, is the single biggest attraction killer there is.
You know what's really interesting when you look at this list is how normal these behaviors can seem. Checking in, that sounds harmless, right? But think about where it comes from. It usually comes from a place of insecurity, that little nudge that needs reassurance she hasn't forgotten about you. And it's the same thing with always being available. It just sends a signal that your time is invaluable, that your whole life revolves around her. These little things, they give away all your power before you even know it.
All right, so if chasing is the problem, what's the solution? This is where we hit the Stoic turning point, mastering your inner world. Because real attraction isn't about some trick you use to get her attention. It's about who you become while you're busy building yourself. This slide just breaks it down perfectly. This is the core of that internal mastery. See, most people react. She doesn't text back for an hour and boom, your anxiety skyrockets. That's an emotion-driven reaction. A Stoic approach, though, is about responding. It's about knowing what you can control and what you can't. You can't control her phone, but you can absolutely control your own emotional state. And that self-control, that's the foundation of respect. And respect is the foundation of attraction.
So how do you actually practice this? Well, here's a super simple but incredibly powerful exercise. The next time you feel that spike of anxiety or that frustration because of something she did or didn't do, just stop. Literally do nothing. Pause. Take a deep breath, and then ask yourself this one simple question. 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. And just that little bit of perspective is enough to shift you from reacting to responding.
But where does all that emotional control come from? It has to be anchored to something bigger than just her. And this quote says it all. A man without purpose is a man without power. Your mission, your goals, your values, that's your center of gravity. A woman is drawn to a man who has a direction, a man who's building a life he's proud of. She wants to join you on that adventure. She doesn't want to be the adventure.
Okay, let's move on and see how this all connects. Once you've started to build that internal calm and that sense of purpose, how does it actually show up in your actions? Let's look at how you start to project that inner strength outward.
I love this slide because it makes the difference so incredibly clear. On the left, you've got follower language. It's passive, it asks for permission, it puts all the decision-making power in her hands. On the right, you have decisive leadership. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being confident. It communicates, I know what I want and I'm capable of leading. That kind of clarity is absolutely magnetic.
And a huge part of that strength is setting boundaries. This phrase right here is a perfect example of how to handle disrespect, even if it's subtle. Notice it's not a fight, you're not yelling. It's just a calm, firm statement of your own standards. And the crazy thing is, when you respect yourself enough to draw that line, she doesn't get defensive. She actually feels safer because she knows she's with a man who values himself.
All right, let's get into a concept that feels completely backward at first, but honestly, it's one of the most powerful psychological tools you have. Let's explore the power of distance and why pulling back is often the best way to pull her closer.
Man, this is such a critical insight. When a guy stops chasing, a woman might pull away for a bit. And our first instinct is to panic, right? To think she's losing interest. But often it's the exact opposite. As her feelings get stronger, so does her fear of getting hurt. So she creates some distance to feel in control and, on a subconscious level, to test you, to test your emotional stability. If you freak out and start chasing again, you fail the test. But if you stay calm, you prove you're a safe place for her feelings.
And this timeline just lays out her whole psychological journey perfectly. In phase 1, she's enjoying the ego boost of being chased. But then phase 2, you stop. And that creates this vacuum. That shock turns into curiosity, maybe even a little fear of losing you. Her mind starts spinning. And finally, in phase 4, that curiosity turns into action. She starts reaching out. She starts wondering where you are. The chase has officially reversed.
Okay, let's tie all of this together now. This final section is really about the ultimate goal here. And it's not about learning tricks or mind games. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to chase, because his very presence is attractive.
This idea of emotional gravity is the perfect way to put it. It's the natural outcome of everything we've been talking about. When you master your own emotions and you live with purpose, you give off this calm, stable energy. You know, our brains have these things called mirror neurons. People around you literally start to sync up with your emotional state. So when you are the source of calm and stability, people just naturally feel safe and get drawn into your orbit.
And that, right there, that is the entire philosophy in a nutshell. Stop making her the prize you have to win. Instead, focus on building an incredible life, on becoming the best version of yourself you can be. A high-value woman doesn't want to be the center of your universe. She wants to join a universe that's already awesome and expanding.
So let's end with this one final thought. This isn't just a question about dating, you know. It's a question about your entire life. When you truly free yourself from needing approval from anyone else, you unlock your real potential. You become the man you were always meant to be. And that man, he doesn't need to chase. He is chosen.